this mini course on how to set up a sacred space in your home, I know that the more time you spend in your sacred space, the more it's going to feel nourished, the more it's going to be an instant connection with you. Every time that you walk into that space, you're going to feel that vibration. So what to do now in your sacred space? Just spend time in it. Commit to yourself. Commit to spending at least 15 minutes a day in contemplation, in meditation, doing some reading, something creative, something that's just for you, that makes you feel good just because you want to, not because you should, not because you're forcing yourself, or that you're judging yourself for not being enough because you're not there. That's not the right vibe. Choose to be there. Choose you. And you'll see it's going to change your life. It's going to positively impact your stress level, so lowering the stress levels and making you feel better. And it's going to have those positive ripple effects everywhere else in your life, including on your kids, including for your partner, including for your pets, including your clients who come into this space if you share this space with your clients. So before I go, I have one bonus for you, and this is how to set up a sacred space in your car. Because if you're a busy mom and you go to soccer and hockey and all those other practices, ballet, you might not have time to be in your sacred space at home, but you might be able to carve 15 minutes in between the practice sessions, in between dropping off kids and picking the other up, right? I know that routine of being mom taxi. So what you want to do in your sacred space, because really the sacred space, as you've learned in the meditation, if you've done it, sacred space is within you. You are the sacred space. It's in your aura. It's that vibe that you give into the world. So you can be in sacred space anywhere. I've even done sacred space on a very busy bus in downtown Ottawa. So it's possible. It's how you feel. So how to create this sense of being sacred in your car? Well, here are a few tips. So what you need, supplies first. So you go to the dollar store and you can get one of these bags. So there's all types. So choose something that appeals to you. This one just happens to be cream. There's all kinds of color. So just pick a bag, and that's going to be where you carry your sacred items. What to put in this? So you can have a tarot deck if you want to, because once in a while, if you just sit in meditation, you might want to just pull a card and see what the message is for you today. So just pick a card. What is that message for me? And you meditate on that for just a little bit. Okay, so having a deck of cards, really good to have in your travel bag that you can keep in your purse, bring to hotel rooms, in between practices. You have this with you all the time. Another thing you might want to have in there is a pendulum. So a pendulum is usually, sometimes it's metal, sometimes it's a crystal like this, and it can help you for any type of dowsing. It can help you make some decisions and reset your energy. You're not quite sure how to use pendulum? That's perfect. I will soon have another mini course on how to dowse and how to use a pendulum. So just keep that in mind if you're interested. I always have one in my purse. The other thing to have, of course, are crystals. You want to have crystals, something that you love, and something that's small enough, and something that's not too brittle, because if it's in your car, if it's in your purse, you don't want it to chip away. So really great ones to have are rose quartz, because rose quartz connect you with unconditional love. So in times where you might feel frazzled because you're either traveling or you're doing the mom taxi, just holding to the rose quartz for a little bit is going to help you and train your energy, so entrain your vibes to unconditional love, so you'll feel more at peace. Another really great one is orange calcite. Really good, again, for calming and grounding. Little piece of smoky quartz is good to have as well, because smoky quartz helps you feel grounded and protected. So if you're an empath, if you are very sensitive to vibes, then a little bit of smoky quartz is going to help you just dispel any negative vibes so you can feel more centered. And of course, clear quartz is also really good for establishing sacred space. And bonus, if you have little kids and you're in the car and there's a lot of sunshine, they can play with this quartz and make rainbows everywhere and be really happy. So that can change their mood. So instead of saying, Mom, 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 just make them do rainbows with your quartz, and you'll see it's going to change the vibe in the car. Something else to have in your travel pouch is a spray with essential oils. So you just get yourself, again, dollar store possibly. Glass is typically better, but it's heavier and it's tougher to get, so you can have some plastic. So you fill it up with water. You add 1 teaspoon of salt. You might want to add 1 teaspoon of alcohol, so either rubbing alcohol or something that's 50 proof and more. It's not to drink, but it's to set the scent in there and make sure that there's nothing that's really growing in there. This one was made with rainwater that we collected at a full moon, and there's some stuff growing in it. So I'm going to go bless the trees outside after this, because I don't want to spray whatever is growing in there in my environment. So I'll go outside and bless the bushes and the trees. But you want to keep 1 of those, and then once you add the water, you add the teaspoon of alcohol, you add some sea salt. That's going to help ionize the air around you. You can add a few drops of essential oils. So I like using either the Balance by doTERRA. The Purify one is like a smudge. There's a little bit of lemongrass in there, so it neutralizes odors. So it can play the double whammy in the car. It neutralizes the hockey odors and the car odors, and it also neutralizes the energy. Lavender is another really great one to have, and so is wild orange. So select an oil that's good for the use that you're going to do in your car. So you add about 5 to 10 drops in here, and you can keep that with you in your purse. I recommend not keeping any water or essential oils in your car, because depending on the weather where you live, you don't want the oils to either become too hot in the car or to freeze, because either too hot or too cold is going to impact the chemical balance of the oil. So keep that with you in your purse instead of in the car. So that's it. You just put everything in your travel pouch, and you keep that in the glove box or in that console in between the seats. And anytime that you have 15 minutes, you just pull that out. You might spritz yourself and then hold the crystal, listen to a meditation, and have 15 minutes of me time anywhere you go. Enjoy. Keep it sacred. I'm surrounding you with love, and I'll see you real soon. Bye now.